Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Metal Gear Resurrections! Episode 3, not Chapter 3. I know this episode has been long delayed, and I apologize for that. I probably said I was going to get this done in January, but hey, it's April, and better late than never. I'm joined, special guest, to finish off this game, the first game, none other than my brother, Jonathan. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yes. Kept you waiting, huh? But I just wanted to thank you for letting me be on the podcast, and I can't wait to get into finishing the discussion of Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I'm glad to have you on, and basically I want to get a little background on your experience with the series and experience with this game in particular.
My experience with Metal Gear Solid probably be around the time that it had come out, and I didn't originally play it. I remember as a kid, a lot of the times I would watch, especially with advanced games, I would always watch you play it, and I'd always be amazed by the stories and the details at the time or the graphics that looked that were next level at the time, and but eventually as I got older and got better at playing games and playing more advanced games, I did play Metal Gear Solid and on PlayStation, and Metal Gear Solid 2 on PlayStation 2. As well as I also played Twin Snakes on GameCube, and Metal Gear Solid on Dreamcast as well.
I'm sorry, what was that title before on GameCube?
Twin Snakes.
Can you say it again?
Twin Snakes.
I'm sorry, what was that game again? I never heard that. Is that an import?
No, it was for the GameCube. It was they updated the game for the Nintendo system, and they had more. I think they had more scenes to it. But
yeah, it got really crazy where it's because it was obviously an upgrade from the PS1. They took very creative liberties with it.
Yes.
Yeah. But that'd be a topic for another discussion for that game. So yeah, you pretty much I remember playing this game, then having you as almost an audience member watching me play this game, and it was just at the time it was oh man, this game is so great. It's next level.
I think it was one of those games where, and this still happens today, but I think you can compare the gameplay and the hours, the amount of gameplay that for gamers at the time is similar to how people do binge watching shows and streaming, just dedicating their time to a story or narrative. And you could say the same thing about video games. People dedicating their time to a story or looking how a plot plays out to whatever story there is to their liking, which one we'll be talking about, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, and I know that for me, I can't replay it, so I definitely rewatched a lot of the playthroughs and walkthroughs and on YouTube. It's unfortunate that either you have the original system, the PlayStation 1, or you have that that anniversary collection for the PS3.
Okay, they haven't made it in. You're gonna have to.
I mean, last I remember, I think it was just the game was on a streaming platform the PlayStation had.
Okay.
And I think they took it out for they're gonna do their own version of a Game Pass. And bring it back to that.
And it's up to Metal Gear. You said Metal Gear Solid 3, the updated graphics. or not Microsoft 3, but for PS3, it's up to those graphics. It's not up.
No,
to,
it's still a PS1.
PS1.
Yeah, it's still like the PS1, but
It's
you
still,
can play it on the PS3.
like looking at the gameplay and the scene. It's still a beautiful looking game, even though now it's graphics. Things look more realistic. However, at the time and still now, there's still some beautiful images in the game. Yeah.
So I'm gonna swing it back and bring it back around. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go into the game. It's the canyon. The bay doors are finally closed behind us. We're out like in this open space and it's snowing.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they hear like the wheels like moving,
Yes.
creaking,
This I
creaking,
remember.
creaking.
Okay. Yes.
And then cut to the scene, and it's Vulcan Raven, who, by the way, we don't really get much of a description other than giant and shaman. That's what we get.
Yes.
And here he comes. He's like, ha ha ha. He's like, look at you, Steak. I got a tank,
Yeah.
little man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna blow you out of the, not out of the sky, but blow you away, basically, like shoot you down. And that was like I think like the first time, like, because from my past experience from before up to that, with gaming is like, Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
It's like the most I faced on that was like Bowser
Bowser is the big.
or his Bullet Bills.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all I saw. And then now I'm smack dab into this game and kind of like introduced to like realistic like weaponry and going against a giant man in a tank. And I wasn't really like, I never like got like those like strategy guides.
Yeah.
Even back then it was like if you wanted to go on the internet, you had to like look up for whatever online strategy guide that was available.
Mm-hmm.
I never did that. I just wanted to like throw myself right into these games.
Okay.
And before I fought this guy, I ended up like blowing up from one of the mines.
Okay.
I died several times playing this one.
Yeah.
I think, as you remember, and I think I was even like scolded several times by like codec calls, going like, "Hey, there's mines out there. Maybe you're like equipped like the mine detector."
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna run around and memorize where the mines were, and then come back to it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty cool. It's like, and then if it's not Vulcan Raven who's like up top, and then he like hunkers down into the tank,
Yes.
then it's got like unnamed soldier number 1 coming up to like man the turret machine guns.
Okay.
Because if you get too close, and it's like, I'm gonna shoot you down now.
But you never, because I looked at the scene.
Mhm.
I know that with him and Snake have a dialogue.
Mhm.
But they never actually because it's interesting because Vulcan Raven, this big guy, they don't
Yeah.
actually fight though, right?
Not hand to hand, but you will fight him later.
Okay.
And when you fight him later, he's like, you see like all like how big he is, and he's just carrying this giant turret of a machine gun
Yeah.
to like mow you down. So you never really fight him like hand to hand. I don't know if that would like, I don't think that would have like been good on on Solid Snake's end.
No, and also probably the graphics at the time. I don't think they could have like a full-on like fight scene, and it would look good. I don't think they had the.
Yeah, because I think
graphics at the
there's only a handful of fights where you fight the person hand to
Yes,
hand.
like I know with
in this
Liquid
game.
and-
Yeah, Liquid.
and
And then
Ray Fox.
Gray Fox.
Gray Fox and Mantis, right?
Yeah, but he's kind of floating around, but you
Yeah.
can try to run up to him and punch him.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like once you like finally figure out what you're supposed to do, and that you're supposed to like attach like C4 to the tanks and then like blow it up. Then it's like, oh, now I know what to do. I know I can take down this guy. It's like without any issues.
Yeah.
But before that, I'll just be like running to the tank. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Maybe if I run to the tank, another cutscene would activate, and then most of the time I either get mowed down or get run over.
Yeah.
And it was never to my benefit. But that was like how it was. Like, I mean, now if you play a game, all you gotta do is like press pause, look it up on your phone, find out how to beat it, watch like a couple minute clip on YouTube,
Yeah, you had a.
and it'll tell you. But then it's like you either figure it out
You have
or
to
you
figure
bought
it
the
out.
strategy guide. And I was like, listen, I'm broke. I'm a kid. I don't got money. to buy a strategy guide. It's like, I want to figure it out for myself. And I'm going to beat this guy. And then all he does was like, you snake, crawl to the ground like the snake that you are. And I was like, okay. And I thought that was a hint.
Yeah.
I thought that was an actual hint. I was like, oh,
they're telling you.
I'm going to go on the ground
Yeah.
and I can sneak past him.
Yeah.
No, I either got run over or blown up.
Yeah.
Or shot. But, I mean, other than that, it was like actually like a fun boss. Because the first boss was like a revolver ocelot. And it's like, you're pretty much just going to shoot at. Like, alright, let's shoot each other in this little like, area with this guy strapped to like C4.
Yeah, the revolver as a character and playing the game really doesn't get like for me, I don't see him as like a good threat or an interesting villain until 2. 2, I think he really becomes more interesting.
The badassery level gets notched up after every sequel after the first one.
Well, yeah.
Because we see like an old man, we're like, oh, what's this old man who dressed up like basically a Western character gonna do to me?
Yeah, I think it helps that because maybe it's for this one. It's too many villains, so he doesn't really stand out.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me, he didn't stand out in this one. In the second one, he stands out because to me, he has like a great epic, dialogue and scene, and so for me, the second one is more where he gets, I guess, like a higher billing, he's like the top, he's not the top villain, but he's a top villain, more in the second one than in this one. To me, in this one, he's more like a henchman.
Probably like to put it in your terminology in your world, because you definitely you're more like a wrestling fan.
Yes.
It's like he goes from he's a jobber in the first game.
Yes.
And then now it's like heel in the second game, and he's getting main event matches now.
Yeah.